Hey, listen, folks, how many times have you misplaced your keys, even with all the modern electronics and gadgets? Losing your car keys, it's still a thing. I do it all the time, or at least for me, like I said. But if you leave them somewhere, either at a public event or lose them outside of your home, all's not lost. This is where my next guest comes in. From the 2026 War Amps Key Campaign, it's Denise Swedlo, and here she is. Welcome, Denise. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
So let's go back, because I know your story starts when you were about 2, give or take. Take us through what happened and what led you to become a representative of War Amps.
So when I was 2 years old, I actually lived on a farm with my grandparents, and I used to ride on the riding lawnmower with my grandfather. One day I was going out to get on the lawnmower with him, and he didn't know I was there. I happened to trip and fall, and he backed up. Didn't know I was there, and I lost my right arm at the elbow and part of my left hand. Major surgeries after that, and then through the hospital we actually got in contact with the War Amputations of Canada, and they helped me through all the years with activities, joining into sports, and anything you can think of that a normal child would do helped me get devices that could help me do those things.
Is there anything else specific regarding that particular day that still kind of sits with you?
In all honesty, I do not remember it, which is great. I'm
thing.
thankful that I do not remember it, but it's always been there. Every time I see a child out in the yard when someone's cutting grass or anything like that, my heart just jumps. Like, I always think, oh God, please don't. Just put your kids in the house. Don't let them outside when you're doing that.
It's almost a form of PTSD almost.
In some ways.
To some extent.
Yeah. In some ways, probably.
And so the War Amps has been your friend, your guide, your leader through so many things. You mentioned how they've been able to help you live as normal of a life as possible. Talk to us about the exemplary work that they do and how they have been able to help you.
So I guess as you started out, the key tag is a major campaign that the War Amps do every year, where they send out key tags to people all across Canada, actually. Yes. And through the donations that they receive from that, they're able to help children like myself, some adults. They go out and, fight for rights of, people who are not getting what they should be getting, or, needed some assistance in different areas that, they have expertise in and can definitely help out. It's been a life-changing event for me, having them there to support me.
Yeah, I can't imagine, but it's so wonderful that there is an organization out there that is there for you and many others. When using the War Amps, like, are you a member? Like, how does it work, and how do the key tags kind of play into it with, I know there's numbers on it and all that too.
Yep. So you would receive the key tags in the mail, and if you don't receive them, you can reach out and request them through their 1-800 number, which is 1-800-250-3030, or through the War Amps website. You can also request them. Each key tag has a personalized number. It is coded specifically to the person who receives it. Through that, anyone can reach out. There is a number on it. If you find keys, call that number, and the War Amps will send someone to pick them up or drop them in any mailbox.
Wonderful.
And they go back to the key tag service, and then they would courier the keys back based on the code on that key tag that they receive. Through that, the War Amps do not do anything with that information. That personal information is 100% stayed within house. They do not sell it or use it for anything else.
Right, yeah, and that obviously makes a lot of sense. When you're out and about doing these discussions and talks, you're talking to other individuals who've had a traumatic life experience. Talk to us about some of those discussions you've had and how you kind of go about them from building on your memories.
I mean, it's a huge part of my life, I would say. I remember as a child going to seminars with other families and other children, and one of the key pieces was realizing that you're not the only one out there who's been, through this, or the only one missing an arm or a leg or something like that, that they, there's others like you. Yeah. And that was a key piece, in being able to talk to other kids like you, and the parents being able to talk to each other and, say, hey, how did you deal with that when your child was this age.
Yeah. We have a gentleman here on Cable 14, Anthony Frazina, who's an advocate for disabilities and making sure we are a safer city to move around in. I'm sure you've had your run-ins with our cities not being as accessible as you might need them. What do you think cities can do better to help individuals like yourself?
I mean, communication is a big thing, like involving those who've been through certain situations and actually having conversations with them is huge, because we're the ones who know what we need and how to get it.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I can't say from what I've had to deal with, I don't necessarily find a lot of issues getting around and being able to do stuff.
Right.
But there are definitely like multiple amputees who, you know, no arms, no legs. How do they get around and get in and out of places? It's definitely been something that they really need.
And of course, we look at all the government cuts that are happening, so on and so forth. We all feel it, and individuals such as yourself must too. With the War Amps campaign, is it currently ongoing right now? When should we be keeping an eye for these in our mailboxes?
It is. So the Key Tag campaign actually runs from January through May, and it's based on your postal code. So depending on where you live, they send out at specific times of the year. You can also, like I said, if you want, reach out to the War Amps through their website or calling them directly and request key tags at any time during the year.
And then, of course, somehow help out with a generous donation as well.
Absolutely. The donations are always welcome. They do benefit the children a lot as they are growing up and being able to participate in regular activities that every other child can do.
And that they deserve to do as a child. You didn't ask for this to happen.
No.
And sometimes accidents and mistakes,
absolutely,
they do happen.
Yes.
They do happen.
Yes.
So keep your eye out on your mailbox. For those individuals that just get the envelope, look at it, and just kind of toss it, what's your message to them?
I understand we get a lot of junk mail and every day, and it's hard to look at everything. But I would say when you see anything from the War Amps, please take $5, $10, anything. It always helps. And they're not asking you to donate. They're just it's there for your use. Whether you donate or not, your keys will be returned to you.
Yeah, that's really important as well. To you, thank you, Denise, for coming in here to our studio and to talk about what you went through and how the War Amps can play a significant role in someone's life and helping them get through some of those very difficult times and challenges. So, Denise, thank you for your time today.
Oh, thank you.
All right, really do appreciate it. And listen, folks, we're going to ask that you stick around because when we come back, Linda is going to be talking to Lisa Bono and James Bell, my main man, James Bell, to talk about the Caregiver Advisory Committee. We'll see you in a few minutes, folks.